No text back. Yeah, she don't get no text. I don't want no sex, no. Oh, yeah, I just want that neck. Damn. I just want that neck. Oh, baby, I don't want no sex.
Sup? Dog. Someone tried to break into my house. It's only been one time, if that.
I recently moved out to attend university in a different town, so I rented a flat where I live alone. Every morning, I took my bicycle, which I keep in the basement of my building, and went to my lectures. Usually, the neighborhood is quiet, but one night around 1 o'clock a.m., my door phone rang. This was unusual, but I brushed it off as a mistake from someone who got drunk. It rang again, but I kept ignoring it.
Okay.
This happened at least 3 different times, so it began to annoy me.
What you doing? Where you going? Huh? Slow down now. Hold your horses now. Ease up now. Because you're doing too much now. Okay? Like you doing holy hoes. You doing too much. Okay? Nobody really knows that you live here. You don't got no friends. Your family is miles and miles across. You're not really a people's person. You're scared shitless of strangers. You should have just let it kept ringing. That's it. Or put some headphones on. Or turn up the music, or watch some loud TV or something. What you doing right now? This is the beginning of your cluckness.
Day, I returned from my lecture and found a bus ticket placed on my door handle. This ticket was from a bus in my hometown, and it appeared to be mine.
Sus!
The bus number on it was the bus that I frequently used. At this moment, I started to get concerned that someone was pranking me. That same night, I kept my front window a bit open to keep an eye on the entrance.
Really?
I live on the 2nd floor, so it's too high for anyone to climb. I shut the lights and waited. And at that moment, the door phone rang again. This time, I checked through the window and there was a shadowy figure of a man. He waited for about 5 minutes and then left. I considered calling the police, but I had nothing to report besides a strange man ringing my door phone late at night, so I soon ignored it. But what happened some days after almost made me go crazy. It was around 3 a.m. and the door phone rang again. By this time though, I heard the front door shut. Someone must have forgotten to lock it. So I assumed
Someone is in cahoots that lives in a place that you live. Somebody is in cahoots or sus. I don't want to say sus hoots because I'll be jumping the gun. I'll be reaching right now. But that person that did that is definitely about that cluck life and don't want you to be in there no more. Because it seems like somebody is in cahoots with a person that keep ringing the jump. There it is.
that the man was now inside the building. Terrified, I went to the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife I had.
Right.
Then I stood behind the front door and waited. The doorbell rang. I think my stomach dropped at that point. He rang again and then knocked strongly.
Wow.
I stayed frozen for an eternity until I couldn't hear anything.
Right.
I was relieved and went to sleep after a while, which in hindsight was very stupid, as I should have made sure that the man had left the building.
Yeah.
The following morning, as I was leaving for my lecture, I noticed some scratches near the front door's handle.
Oh my
As
God.
if someone had tried to mess with the lock. I immediately went to my landlord, who lives right above me, and explained everything that had been going on. He reassured me that everything would be fine.
Sus!
So I went to get my bike, but as I walked towards the basement door, I noticed that the lock was broken. I finally understood. The man from last night must have hidden in there. I hadn't heard the front door shut again yesterday, so that must
Why are you peeking? One eyeball head ass. Why are you peeking? Just get somewhere safe. What are you doing? Are you in cahoots? Are you ready to end your life? What are you really doing? What's really going on? Because now it looks like you just investigating. Now it just looks like you just...
that the man was still here. I ran upstairs again and told my landlord. He got angry, grabbed a bat, and went to check. All I could hear was struggling noises as my landlord beat that man senseless. We then called the police, who arrived a few moments later and arrested him. I still remember his face to this day, as he looked straight at me silently.
Why do police officers always, well, not always, but like more often than not, you got the victim and then you got the one that did the crime or whatever, and the police officer is holding the person that did the crime, and they're walking across or in front of the victim, but they stop. The police officer stops the criminal right in front of the victim. More often than not, why do they do that? Huh? Just keep it pushing, keep it moving. You don't have to stop him directly in front of me. I didn't say to do that. Why did you do that? Cahoots much?
It turned out that this man had been following me for days.
Jesus.
He was trying to rob my house. He had done the same thing to other people in the past. I don't know what happened to him afterwards, but I assume he is in prison. I am forever grateful to my landlord for being so brave. We replaced the locks on every door, so now I feel safer. Well, I would have forgotten about this if I didn't open my mailbox recently and find another bus ticket.
It's the landlord now. It has to be the landlord. The person that got locked up is in cahoots with the landlord. It has to be. I'm gonna need, sweetheart, I'm gonna need you to get up out of there ASAP and move away about 6 miles ASAP. Okay? Play Jesus. Can't do this no more. I'm trying to tell you. You gotta look, you gotta read between the red flags and the sus flags. You gotta read in between the flags, within the flags. Because I would say you could stay there because he got locked up. But I have a feeling that your landlord has something to do with it. So, yeah. I think it's in your best interest to just to move on. Please. And get some Adidas equipment like shoes, shirts, pants, jackets, cars, keys, locks, blinds. Definitely blinds. Doors, door handles, door knobs, floors, ceilings, walls, sinks, vents, everything. That's all I'm saying. Adidas is the right way to go. Hey. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.